Well, hello there, Facebook. This is Cassie. Just heard about this young man here, Joshua Brown. I am upset because you and I both know that this was a setup. We already knew from the beginning when we heard that this young man had died that they were going to blame some other Negro for his death. And we knew it was going to be related to drugs, but we didn't know that they was actually going to leave the person alive to be able to testify to tell the story. Now, is the guy going to die that he done told this lie on this young man now? This is what happened when you hug your open enemy and forgive your open enemy. This young man didn't even want to testify in the first place, but was forced to come back to town because he had moved out of town and went to California. But they threatened him with jail time if he did not come back. Okay, let's go over the story that we just coming in. I just want you guys to, now this is a coon that they didn't got to stand up there and to tell the story because they know we don't believe him. We know, you know, and I know somebody know the truth of what happened to this young man. And I'm gonna tell you, I just want to read this guy, breaking news of the PD making an arrest in shooting death of Joshua Brown. Now let's look at some. Okay, let's look at the lies. Come on, let's just go. Now this is the young man who testified in Amber Geiger's the Botham Jean case. Okay, he was their key witness. Okay, now he didn't want to testify. Dallas police say they have arrested one suspect. Now one suspect, it was three of them. Okay, and have warrants for two others. So it's three suspects that's in their connection with this boy's shooting death of Joshua Brown last Friday. Despite rumors that his death was linked to testimony in the trial of Amber Geiger, police say it was because of a botched drug deal. Now you know they lying. Okay, we're not believing them. We are not gonna believe the hype. Okay, I'm tired of this. I've had enough. Now they're going to put it on. Okay, didn't they try this with Botham Jean's death? They said, oh, we found drugs in his apartment. Remember, they wanted to ruin Botham Jean's testimony. Okay, they wanted to ruin that murder thing with Botham Jean and wanted to put drugs on him. Remember? Now they're trying to say, oh, we found drugs on him. He was in a botched drug deal. And not only that, they said a 28-year-old who was a key witness in Amber Geiger's after Brown was found dead, with multiple gunshot wounds in his lower body. From my understanding, you had a gunshot to the mouth and one in the chest. Now, that's the original that came out. Now they saying it's in the lower body because if I put that he'd been shot in the mouth, then you're going to know that it was something else connected to that, okay? We're going to know that it was it was a hit, okay? I don't care what nobody say. This was a hit. The PD put a hit out on this boy. Now you got to cover your trails and say, oh, it wasn't a hit. He was a drug dealer. They want everybody to believe that that's all black folk do. You better believe that before this boy got on trial on that stand, that the PD investigated this young man. You didn't have no drugs in the past. You didn't see nothing in his file that he was a drug anything. But now all of a sudden, he's a drug dealer. Okay, let's go forward. Now, you know I'm pissed off about this. I'm telling you, black folk, we have so much power. If we don't do something about this, if we got to do something, you cannot let this go. Start saving your money. Stop spending with this country, and you can bankrupt this country. Do you hear me? We are worth $1.2 trillion, black folk. Stop spending your money and bankrupt this country. They want your money? No, you fix this mess first. You stop blaming crazy stuff on folk that we know. We know this story is so outlandish that I just had to come on and talk about it because I'm pissed off for one. I'm hurt for two. And it makes no sense. This is what happened when you hugging your open enemy. This boy didn't even want to testify. But I guarantee you, if he had known the Botham Jean family was going to forgive and was going to do what they did and hugging and kissing on your open enemy, I guarantee you this boy would not have testified. Let's continue on. Okay. After Brown was found dead with multiple gunshots to his lower body, wild speculation began to circulate that his death was in retaliation to testifying against the ex-Dallas cop. Do you not believe? I believe that's what it was. That's why they had to put it in the report because they know that we believe that. They know that. who last week was sentenced to 10 years, which she didn't get enough time because you got drug dealers that got more time than that. You have people that have been in jail since the crack epidemic, and that's been 20 years ago, and they still in jail, but she gets 10 years. Okay, that's another thing, okay? The jury only gave her 10 years because of Botham Jean's brother. I forgive you, I love you, and I don't want you to go to jail. That family has sold that. They don't never need to come back to the U.S. They need to stay in St. Lucia with all that forgiveness, okay? They gave black folk a bad name all the way around. Okay, but as police investigate, a different story begins to emerge. Of course. Now I'm going to investigate myself. So of course I'm going to throw off on somebody else. I'm not going to make us look guilty. We already know who did this. We know the Dallas police did this. We already know that they just set this whole thing up. Okay, come on. At a press conference, Police Chief Avery Moore identified the suspects as Jaquarius Mitchell. Okay, he's 20. Michael Mitchell, 32, and Thaddeus Green, 22. Don't know where they got these people from, but go on their Facebook page and check them out. Jaquarius Mitchell, 20, Michael Mitchell, 32, and Thaddeus Green, 22. Where did they get these people? Did these people already have drug charges previously? How did they get these boys? They're from Louisiana. Now, they from Louisiana, okay? Moore said the suspects had traveled from Alexandria, Louisiana to Dallas to purchase drugs from Brown. Listen to this, family. According to Jaquarius Mitchell, Green, who was one of the drivers, had contacted Brown for the purchase. Okay, but what he described as a physical altercation began between Green and Brown. Why? What they fighting over? Okay, what are they fighting over, family? So Jaquarius gets out of his vehicle. Brown shot him in the chest. He told officers. Once he fell into the vehicle, he said he heard 2 more gunshots, which were of Green shooting Brown in the lower body. Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, so he fell back in the car, and he said he heard 2 more gunshots, which was his buddy Green shooting Brown in the chest. Don't know what the altercation was for. Now come on, you guys. We're not this dumb, you guys. So Green, who shot Brown, took Brown's book bag and the gun he used to fire at Jaquarius, and the 3 sped off. Does this even make sense? Did they steal any money? I don't see what anybody said. Oh, they money. I don't see no money in this. I don't see. Okay, let me tell you something. If I'm going to buy drugs, if I'm making a drug deal, where the money at? Where's the money? I don't see them. They said he stole the backpack and the gun he used to fire at Jaquarius, and the 3 sped off. With Michael Mitchell as the getaway driver, Jaquarius was taken to a local hospital where he remains in police custody. Now, you mean to tell me your friends gonna drop you off at the hospital, leave you? Come on, family, please. Dallas police later issued warrants for arrest of all 3. Who now faces capital murder charges. Okay, they face some capital murder charges, but the police officer that went into this young man's Botham Jean's apartment got 10 years. But you're getting ready to give these 3 young men capital punishment. Okay, Michael Mitchell and Green have not yet been apprehended. So you got 2 on the run, 1 in the hospital that they dropped off at the hospital. I don't see where they saying no money was found at the scene. Now they're getting ready to tell you that 12 pounds of marijuana. Okay, 149 grams of THC cartridge. I don't know what that is because I don't do drugs. I don't know nothing about this stuff. And about $4,000 in cash were found in Brown's apartment. Hold up. I'm getting ready to make a drug deal, right? I'm getting ready to go purchase drugs, right? But I ain't got no money at the scene. You found this in my apartment. Look at this. They said they found $4,000 in Brown's apartment in the search. Okay, I don't see where you found no money at the scene. So tell me, how is this a drug deal? You mean to tell me that you didn't find no money at the scene? I'm just having an issue with this, you guys. I'm having an issue with this. No. We expected this, didn't we, family? Then you got a coon up here that's getting ready to come on here and talk lies. I'm going to tell you what, they know what happened. Get a good look at this devil here. I'm praying that everybody that had something to do with this case I am praying that the fire of God, the fire of Yah comes down on them and expose these devils for what they are. I'm praying that everybody that had a hand in this case, in this murder, in this fiasco, expose them. Y'all expose them. And not only will they suffer the consequences, but their children's children to the third and fourth generation. I'm not playing this mess. I'm not forgiving nothing. I'm pissed off and I'm mad. You mean to tell me what? No money found at the scene? Not a dime. I didn't see nowhere where the money is. Then they talk about why fear that the slain Botham Jean case witness was targets makes sense. Okay, now they trying to convince you why it makes sense. I'm not even finna go there. I'm not even finna go there. This boy didn't even want to testify. They threatened him with jail time if he didn't. He wasn't even in town. He was living in California, and he came back to do the trial because they threatened him. Okay. Okay, that now they're trying to convince you why you want to believe. And then Lee Merritt comes on here and talks about, you know, he was forced and he was going to use him to testify in a civil suit. Okay. I just want to, hold on, Lee Merritt. Oh, geez, hold on. Dang, y'all. I didn't. Okay, hold on. Now, this young man here. Okay, we're not believing the lies. I'm not believing the lies. Okay. So, now Lee Merritt is coming on here talking about, that he was, you know, he forced the guy to come back. Now, he said Lee Merritt, attorney of Jean's family, and Brown said Brown was afraid to testify and feared that someone would try and come and finish the job. He said he had been shot and wounded once before in an altercation last November in which another man was killed. I don't even know nothing about this, okay? Why? You mean to tell me Dallas is going to let this boy get on the stand and knowing that he's a drug dealer? Really? I ain't believing it. I don't believe it. Y'all can believe what you want, but I'm not believing it. I believe these devils is covering up. But Merritt also wanted Jean to testify again in the civil suit against the Dallas Police Department. But okay, now he no longer is able to do that. In a tweet after the arrest was announced, he said that he's encouraging the Dallas Police Department to recuse itself from the investigation. Yes, they need not to be investigating this. They don't even need to be touching none of this stuff. I'm serious. You are here investigating yourself. Why? I'm gonna come up with some other conclusions. I'm gonna try to throw something in your face, but it don't even make sense because guess what? Where's the money? Where's the money at? That's my biggest question. Where is the money that you're telling me that this boy was there to purchase drugs? But you didn't say you found no money at the scene. You say you found it in his apartment. So what? He was gonna take them back to his apartment and say, I got $4,000, but I'm getting ready to purchase 12 grams. I don't know nothing about drugs, so I don't know how much a gram or how much each one would cost. But they trying to tell you that he's getting ready to purchase 12 come on, thing. Oh, Jesus. Boy, this computer. Boy, I tell you, I need a new one. I tell you, anybody want to donate a computer, feel free. Okay. 12 pounds of marijuana. You mean to tell me $4,000 going to purchase 12 pounds of marijuana, which is probably legal in California? Okay, it's legal. Okay. But my thing is, you found $4,000 of cash were found in Brown's apartment. In his apartment. So I didn't see where no money was found. Did you? I didn't read no money in this thing. Okay. So where was the money that he was going to use to purchase the drugs? So he was telling them, okay, y'all, we're going to go back to my apartment. I got the money in my apartment. Is that why you telling me he got shot for? I don't know about y'all, but I'm not believing this. We are not this dumb. We are not this dumb, you guys. We do not believe liars. We are refusing to believe that this is a drug deal. We are refusing to believe that Jaquanis or whoever was in on it. He might have, had something to do, but I believe that he was set up. I believe that he's taking a fall for something that didn't happen. I don't know the whole whatever, the details, but I don't believe any of this. I do not. You remember the COINTEL? Okay, let's talk about the COINTEL when Malcolm X was set up and Martin Luther King was set up, and who set that up? And remember the FBI, the COINTEL, the Black Identity Extreme, the BIEs. Okay, the FBI said, "Oh, we got black extremists all over. They're trying to kill the police." They lied and sent that report out across the country to several police departments, and then black folks start dying like flies. Right? Come on, you guys, we're not being duped. We already know how a government operates. You remember Black Wall Street? Your government. Okay, remember those riots, the New York riots? If you go on my Facebook page, you'll see a lot of this. Even this page, the boulets and the riots I did a thing last week. I couldn't get it on YouTube, but I did talked about the riots. Okay, you got a whole lot of riots that went on with your government. Okay, trying to shut down different black cities that was flourishing, like Black Wall Street. Your government bombed their own cities in their own country in America. Black Wall Street. The government did that just because these black folks are flourishing. They bombed this city. Okay, let's talk about Martin Luther King. Okay, your government set him up and had him killed. Your government had Malcolm X killed. Your government set all this up with the COINTELPRO. Okay, the COINTELPRO. What happened? What they was doing was putting leaders against each other. They would put like people that was they hired people. And they would put them into the groups, right? Set them up to come into the group, and they would cause a whole lot of confusion and ruckus in the group, okay? To put leaders against each other, okay? Now you got this coon that's getting ready to come up there. Of course he black, okay? You got a black, you know he cooning too. Anytime, let me tell you something about black folk. Anytime black folk is working in corporate America around a whole lot of white folk, or they got a whole lot of white friends, they cooneries. They cooning for black, they coons, okay? I ain't never seen a coon that talk like me. They have a whole lot of white friends. I make white folk uncomfortable. I make white folk uncomfortable when it's supposed to be, because I believe in total separation. I do not believe that we should be even come together with these devils. I don't believe that we should be mixing and mingling. I don't believe we're supposed to be marrying them. I don't believe that we're supposed to be having our children in school with them. I don't believe we're supposed to be living around them, because evil communication corrupt good manners. Y'all never wanted us to mix and mingle with them. Yeah, never wanted us to mix and mingle with devils. He told you in his word not to. But then Martin Luther King, who we trusted, who looked like us, because you look like us don't mean you part of us, okay? Look at Obama. He looked like us, but he wasn't a part of us. People say, why you say that, Cassie? This man was a great president. No, he brought homosexuality in on black folk. He brought that into the country and legalized it, okay? Obama did a whole lot of dirt. Black folks lost more wealth when he was president. Remember the homes was going into foreclosure? Remember the banks that was going into the foreclosures? What did he do? He gave the banks money, but because more black folks was losing their homes, he didn't give a damn to black folks. He didn't give a damn to homeowners. He gave it all to black folk. To the banks. Did he not? And we want to say, oh, he was such a great president. He didn't do one stinking thing for black folk. Not one. He didn't do anything for us. So I don't even know why y'all keep saying, oh, he was the best president we ever had. Liars, liars, liars. Democrat or the Republican, ain't none of them gonna do what you need them to do. Now we finna sit up here and try to vote again, Democratic. Oh, this computer, what in the world? I'm trying to get this, there you go. I'm trying to get, this is the baby, okay? This is the baby that died. This young man was 28 years old. 28. I think I would have went to jail. I would have never came back and voted. I would have never had nothing to say for Botham Jean's family, because they traded him out. They did not stand up for him. They started hugging and forgiving everybody, and look what happened to him. Ain't none of them dead, because them coons was loving on everybody. But look what happened to him. He died. He lost his life trying to speak up on Botham Jean's. He was the one that spoke up for Botham Jean. His own brother wouldn't speak up for him. So what the hell am I going to do speaking up for somebody that his own family wouldn't speak up for him? He lost his life speaking up for somebody whose family didn't even speak up for him. So why? He was in California. They told him to come back or else you're going to jail. So he comes back. He didn't want to. Just like the judge. I seen a thing where the judge said, I'm surprised he came back. Well, I'm surprised he did too. I'd have just went on and went to jail. I'm serious. Y'all had to put me in jail because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care if I have to do 2-3 years. I'm not doing it. I'm going to jail. Because guess what? I know black folk and black folk is not going to stand up for each other, but that's getting ready to change. I'm telling you guys, we have so much power. We have so much power. We cannot let this go. We cannot. No marching, no protesting. Hold your money. The only way white folk understand us is if we hold our money. Hold your money. Hold your money. We can bankrupt this country. We are worth $1.2 trillion. We can start pulling our monies together. Start homeschooling our children for now. We have homeschooling groups that we can start signing our children up to homeschool our children and teach them the history and start teaching them who they are. Start building our culture back up. Start building our mentality up. Start refocusing on us and healing us up so that we can come back as to together as we're supposed to be. You know, the Chinese stick among themselves, the Asians, the Indians, they live among themselves, and black folk is the only ones that's trying to mix and mingle. We need to cut it out. We are not, this mix and mingling is not working. It's not helping. We've not moved forward one iota. We lost everything, yeah, in 63 when Martin Luther King brought us together and told us about coming together and desegregating and all that stuff. What happened? We lost everything. We had over 200 cities. We had it going on. We had it going on, you guys. And once we integrated with them, we lost it all. Was it worth it? They spit in your food. Can you imagine what they was doing back in the day when those people, they were serving that food to them people they didn't want in their restaurants? Can you imagine how much spit was drunk? How much whatever was in their food? I wouldn't even have, you know what, when Martin Luther King was doing that, and after I got older, I said to myself, I said, that didn't make sense. Y'all never gave him that dream because that wasn't something that y'all ever wanted from us. Israel was supposed to stick together. Israel was supposed to stick together. And if people don't know who you are, this is why you're saying Israel. Who is Israel? Look it up. Do your history. I have nothing to say about that. If you don't know who you are, then you're going to be lost with this conversation right about now. But Israel was lost. Okay? He never told us to mix and mingle with them. He said, come from among them, meaning come out of the church. Come out of the church. And we decided to mix and mingle with them. No. He never told us to marry them. People in the Bible that was mixing and mingling, they got in trouble. Okay? He never told us to mix our seed. And fellas, it's about your seed. They cannot reproduce, so they don't want us reproducing. That's why they putting us with these Beckys, because they're trying to white you out. Look at what they did in Argentina. Go up. Y'all didn't even know it was black folk originally in Argentina. Go look that history up. I have it on my Facebook page. Go and look it up. Argentina was black at first, and they whited them out. This is what they're trying to do to us now. This is why they put in every commercial is mixing and mingling with Becky's. Okay, there's nothing new under the sun. You have to understand what's going on. They're trying to mix and mingle us now. Okay, and trying to cause us to white ourselves out. Okay, they can't kill us. They've been trying. They can't do it that way. So now they putting our men with Becky's. And our men are dumb enough to do it. And they're going with these white girls, having these mixed babies. And then all they have to do, 3 generations, it'll be whited out. So we're whitening out ourselves. We are stopping our own liberation. We are genociding ourselves by doing the abortions. And now we sleep with Becky's. And the black women sleep with Toms. Okay? Or Brass, or whatever you want to call them. But we are whiting ourselves out. But my thing is, we have to see through these lies. You have the police department investigating themselves. And we already know this is a setup. This was a hit. And somebody had already said, I read a Facebook page and they said, watch, that they don't try to blame some black folk for this boy's murder. And of course, now they blaming black folks for the murder and gonna leave one alive. Okay, they leaving him alive. His buddies dropped him off at the hospital. Of course, that's convenient. So now he's taking a fall for something either he did or didn't do. Okay, but they had to find somebody because it was too much speculation, too much heat on the police department. Okay, so because they already told you that we were suspecting them of doing, it was a foul play for this young man's death. So yes, they had to come up with something. They came up with 3 gentlemen that was dumb enough to take the fall. Okay, and who knows, they probably did. Who knows how this whole thing came about? We don't know. But I know no money found on that drug deal. I don't believe that he was in a drug deal. I don't believe it. You better believe. I believe that they investigated this young man before he got on the stand. I believe they was investigating. He was being threatened. And then he said that. He already said that. That's why he was trying to get up out of here again. He was already, okay, under investigation. Okay, you guys? So you guys have to understand and have to know that this is bull. I am not believing that this young man here was a drug dealer or trying to make a drug deal. They always want to blame us for drugs. But more drugs happen in their neighborhoods, in the white neighborhoods. We have a school here that's a white school. Okay? Most of these private white schools that the tuition is up the yin yang because black folk can't afford to get in them. You find more drugs on their campus than you do on any black campus, honey. Let me tell you. Okay? Denver University. You have more drugs on that campus than you got on any campus. High Point University. I mean, I'm just saying. I know what goes on these campuses with these white schools. They have more drugs and don't get no time. Don't even go to jail. And nothing even happens to them. They can walk around all day long and not get caught. And if they do get caught, they not getting any jail time, or they getting a lesser charge or whatever. But that's a story for another day. But I'm just telling you, you're not going to tell me that this young man didn't have no money at the scene. Not a dime was found at the scene. But you're going to tell me that he is guilty, or he was in a drug deal, or he was busted for drugs, or he was trying to do a drug deal. No, heck no. I am not believing this crap. We have nobody to protect us. The feds should have been in on this case from the beginning. Now, Lee Daniels wanted to say, oh, the feds need to be brought, the Dallas police need to be off of this case. They should have been off of it. They should have never been touching it. The feds should have been on this case. And you know they lying. I'm not believing nothing. I am not believing it. That this young man had nothing to do with it. I'm not believing this. I'm not believing it. And I hope you guys don't fall for the okey doke and nothing. The state of the black family is in a crucial it's crucial right now for us. Crucial. We don't believe this. I'm not believing this. Look back on your COINTEL programs. I'm serious. Go back to how they did Martin Luther King when he was talking about his check before they killed that brother. After him and Malcolm had that meeting. They started messing with him and his wife. Started sending pictures of her. Go and investigate that. Investigate what happened to Malcolm X. Remember the COINTEL, the Black Panthers, how they said, now let's go back. Black Panthers, remember? They said they had a shootout. They said the Black Panthers were shooting at them first. Remember that? And what happened? We already know that we got liars for police officers. We already know they have no integrity. Because Amber Guyger sat on the stand and lied the whole trial. She lied about giving that boy CPR, right? She said, I gave him CPR. The attorney said, well, your hands weren't bloody. Why? How did you give him CPR when you had no blood on your hands? She lied then. She said, oh, I gave him a little chest compressions. What is that? I rubbed on his chest. Okay, you still didn't have no blood on your hands. So what part of his chest did you rub on? You're lying again. Okay? So you have to understand. You have to understand, you guys. They are known for lying. Okay? They are known for lying. Black Panthers. They said the Black Panthers were shooting at them first. And they said they shot back. Only after the Black Panthers started shooting at them first. Okay? Remember that? Come to find out, not one shot was fired from the Black Panthers. Look that up if you don't believe me. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Do your homework. Do your research. Don't sit there and run your mouth. You don't know nothing. Look it up. Not one bullet came from the Black Panthers because they was drugged. Remember, later on it was found out that not one bullet was fired. And the security that was working with the Black Panthers, okay, that the FBI had hired and planted. He was working with the FBI, but he had infiltrated the Black Panthers, had drugged the Black Panthers. They put drugs in their water, so everybody was asleep. When this hit on the Black Panthers came down, everybody was asleep. Okay? Now, you've known in the past where the police officer have done a lot, these terrorists have done a lot of murders, have set up a lot of people to be murdered. Okay? And then you find out years later on the dirt. But we already know that we are dealing with people that don't have integrity. And the government knows how the police officers, how they roll. You got one, Marilyn, what's her name? Marilyn. I can't remember her name in Baltimore. Who's really going after Marilyn Boone. Okay? Let's put that out there too. You guys protect her. She is doing an amazing job. She is trying to pull down and tear down some dirty cops. She got over 800 cases that she's looking into, that she's getting ready to pull down. We need to be protecting her. We need our own security. We need our own security board to protect people like herself. That judge that got drugged out of the court in Ohio. Remember that judge? Recently, she had came in and got elected to take over a seat in Ohio. And they didn't want her in because she was coming in breaking down the system. And she was changing some rules and stuff, changing some things. And when you come in and you're taking money out away from them, they set her up and brought 10 charges, felony charges up against that woman. 10. None of them stuck but one. And the charge that stuck was, they said that she had hired her brother to work under her. But her brother was already working there before she got there. Look up the case. It's in Ohio. I can't remember. Karen Brown, I think her name was Karen. And she was an attorney that just got hired, that's got elected in Ohio. And that lady is serving 6 months, I think, in jail for, she got drug out the court. She was on YouTube. She got drug out the court because they kissed her. And she had hired an attorney, and the attorney she hired has since lost his license. Okay, come on. I'm just showing you how they operate. This is your legal system. Okay, you got a whole lot of criminals, crooks in your legal system. And the government knows it. But they're part of it. So why would I tear down something that I'm a part of? Why would I try to investigate anything that I'm a part of? Because I don't want my dirt to come out. I'm not going to investigate myself and make myself look bad. This is what's happening with this young man now. They're not going to make themselves look bad. So of course they're going to come up with some black dope dealers, drug dealers, okay, and put his name in there, trying to ruin his character. But we all know that this was a hit. Anytime you get shot in your mouth, which they said he got shot in his mouth and his chest, okay? They're not telling it here because they don't want to put that in there. Because guess what? If I put that he got shot in the mouth, it's going to look like it's an assassin, right? So we're not going to put that. Don't add that. Just leave that out. So this young man was shot in his mouth and his chest, okay? So why was he shot in his mouth? Because they wanted you to shut up. You going to talk, nigga, after we told you not to? This is what you going to get. Come on, you guys. We going to be real. This is 2019. This mess is still going on. This mess is still going on. They still hanging us and everything. Ask Melissa McKinney's about her son, who they hung. She found hung in her backyard. Check that out. Okay, this is stuff that's happening now. Okay, this is the hangings that's happening now. A young man just got hung, in August, who was found in the back of his truck. He was a truck driver and found hung in the back of his truck. Come on, you guys. I'm tired of this. We need to wake up, black folk. Wake up. Wake up. I'm so tired of this. When are we going to get tired enough to do something? You guys better practice your Second Amendment, and you guys better get your concealed weapon permits. And in your state, if you can open carry, open carry. If you can conceal carry, conceal carry. Whatever it is you need to do, you need to have it with you. You need to, do not leave home without it, you guys. Do not leave home without it. Keep it with you wherever you go. Practice your Second Amendment. It's imperative. If this boy had something on him, it would never happen. And they said he did. I don't believe he did. They took his backpack and the gun that he shot, what's his name with. Why didn't you leave the gun there? To show proof that the boy had a gun. They lying, you guys. Come on. Why would you take his gun? You took his backpack, which you didn't say no money was in it, right? You mean to tell me you're going to take his backpack and not going to tell you how much money was in it? You didn't even say that you saw no money at the crime scene. You said you found $4,000 in this boy's apartment. But what about you said he was purchasing drugs. They said he was purchasing drugs. What he going to purchase it with if he ain't got no money at the scene with it? You told me how much he had at his apartment. You didn't say how much he had on him. He probably had $4,000 at his apartment because he's a businessman. Okay, he probably hadn't, maybe he had collected some rent. He didn't have time to go to the bank that day. Okay? So how much money did you find at the scene for the drug bust, for the drug deal that you said he was doing? Let's remember that. COINTELPRO, let's remember that. These white folk is up to no good. And anytime they can, they are the narrative. They are writing the narrative, you guys. They can write the narrative because we don't have no media. We're trying to do the black media, new black media, which is great now. But TV shows, the news all over is reporting this lie about this young man. And the black media is the only media, like Vicky Dillard on the Fly Nubian Queen. She's the only one. And I'm sure Phil on the African Diaspora News Channel, I'm sure he's going to come up with something. And I'm sure Professor B1 Brigade, Professor Truth is going to come up with something. And I'm sure Black Agenda, Jason is going to come up with something. I know they're coming out with something. Because I know this is all lies. This is lies. The ones I just mentioned are the only black news, okay? The only new black news. We are talking about Roland Martin. Roland Martin will never come up with nothing, okay? Because he's a coon. Okay, he done sold out. He's not even ADOS. You can't be ADOS if you weren't born here and you're product of slavery, okay? And you had some family members that was brought over on the ship. You're not ADOS. If you come from, Haiti, or if you came from, I'm not gonna say Haiti because we do have some black Israelites in Haiti and across the nation. But if your descendants wasn't a part of slave trade in America, you're not ADOS. That's what I'm trying to say. But my thing is, you have this young man that they are saying that was a part of a drug deal, a drug bust. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You know Dallas had something to do with this. I don't care what nobody say. Dallas police had something to do with this boy's murder. And now they trying to come up with, they kind of cover up their tracks. They trying to come up with another scenario that you always, we gonna always believe drugs involved when it comes to somebody black. Just like the juror said, oh, we couldn't give her 28 years because this case was totally different. Of course, it wasn't a black man. Or it wasn't a black woman that they were convicting. So, of course, we can't convict her because we're not used to convicting police officers for one. We're not even used to trying police officers for two. And we're not used to giving them time for three. And usually they don't even make it to court for four. So, yes, this case was very different. For her to even come into jail, for her to even come to court, for her to even be convicted, for her to even be tried, for her to even be charged is very different. So that's what the juror was saying for Amber Geiger case. Yeah, it was different. That's why the lady said we couldn't even give her 28 years. But I guarantee you that if Amber Geiger had been black, she'd have got 99 years. Just like they trying to do the death penalty for these three black men. But they gave Amber Geiger 10 years for killing an unarmed man sitting on his couch eating ice cream, watching a football game. They gave her 10 years. Okay? You see how this justice, they call it justice system. This injustice system in America is? Yes, it's unjust. This godforsaken country is full of lies, no integrity, no character. And now, because they don't have character, they're trying to ruin this boy's character. Oh, we already know, PD. We already know, Dallas, this is a setup. We already know that. And we're not going to allow you to get away with it. This is a setup. And we are not allowing it. Get it together. Get your life together. And tell the truth. Somebody on that police force knows the truth. You say you got good officers? Okay, good officers. Here's your opportunity to step forward. Tell the truth of what happened. Somebody knows the truth. Somebody knows what happened. And I am praying that the guilt eats you up so bad until you tell the truth. I don't care if it's on your deathbed. You need to tell the truth about what really happened about this young man. You need to tell the truth and shame the devil. You need to tell the truth because I am not believing that this young man had anything to do with drugs. I'm not believing it. I'm not believing it. I'm not believing it. I'm not falling for it. I didn't want to come on here and spend a whole lot of time, but I'm tired and I'm mad. And I just want black folk to know how much power we possess. We possess a lot of power. And we are worth $1.2 trillion. And if we hold our money, we can bankrupt this country. But we have to start pulling our monies together, you guys, and start supporting one another. Pull your monies together. Open up your own businesses. Even if you have to start in your basements. Even if you have to start in your garage, mechanics. Even if you have to come together with like 4 other people and rent a building or rent out somebody's basement, okay? Or rent out a room in somebody's home for your office for a minute until you can come together and open up your own shop. If you have like a plumber out there, carpenters, painters, electricians, plumbers, if you guys can come together and pull your monies together, rent out somebody's basement, rent a room in somebody's house for your office space until you guys can have just hire you a secretary or somebody, one of y'all wives can be your secretary for now and keep the books for everybody. Keep the appointments for everybody, okay? You can keep the appointments for everybody until you guys can save up enough money to get your own storefront or a nice small office where you guys all can work out of. Okay, you have that wife that's keeping all of your appointments together, and you're paying her, or either she's volunteering for now, but you spend $100 or whatever it's gonna take, $200 or $100 a week to pay the rent. Everybody, if y'all got 5 of y'all, that's $500 a week. That's $2,000 a month. Your building shouldn't cost no more than $1,000 if it's a small office space to run your office out of that space. Okay, I'm just saying how we can get our own businesses. If we pull our monies together, we can do this. Just like the NFL, they pull their monies together. They can have their own league, but they so busy doing their own thing, and they getting treated like dogs. You running, you showing, and you doing all this for them, jumping through hoops for white folk, and they still don't know how to treat you. They still disrespect you every chance they get. I'm sick of it. But until we move and do something, nothing is going to happen. We're going to stay stuck. We're going to stay getting hurt and getting frustrated and griping and complaining and cussing and fussing and doing absolutely nothing about it. We are stopping our own liberation. We are stopping this. We should have been free a long time ago. We should have been free. We can be free now. But like Kanye West, I do agree with a little bit of what he said. Okay? This is by choice. Now, this right here is by choice. We free. Okay? We still got slavery. Okay? I'm not going to say we free. We're not free mentally. Okay? And even the prison system. But guess what? We can do this. We can do this. We can break this system. We can break the system. Professor Truth has been talking about this. B1 Brigade. He talks about it. He's been talking about it. You guys need to listen to him. If you don't listen to Professor Proof, you need to start Professor Proof on B1 Brigade. He has different videos. Check him out. He has some amazing videos. Black Authority, Jason. He has some great videos. Vicky Dillard on Fly Nubian Queen. She comes up with some great stuff. This is your new black media. We no longer doing Roland Martins. Okay, Roland Martin's still trying to make you vote Democrat. Democrats have done nothing for black folk. Okay, you know that and I know that. Okay, for years. They've never done anything for black folk. They were the most racist. And then you talk about Trump is racist. Well, you voting in a Democratic, a political party that's been the most racist against black folk. I'm not saying vote Democrat or Republican. I think we need our own. I think we need to be concentrating on the local units. Okay, we can get reparations on being a mayor. Okay, I think all these mayors, these DAs, public DAs, I think the judges, some of these judges like Tammy Kemp, getting ready to trying to be reelected. I think, and that's in Dallas judge who was over the Botham Jean case. I think she needs to be. I don't think she needs to be reelected. I think black folk need to show their that they weren't satisfied with her on how she did that case. She was totally coonery, total treason. And I think that she needs to not be reelected. She's coming up for re-election. Tammy Kemp in Dallas. Do not reelect her. I think we have to show people that don't support us, that is so busy trying to be coons and trying to be the, bootlicks for white folk. We need to show them that we're displeased. And if you don't stand behind us and walk in your position, we're not going to vote for you. So any Democrats that don't have reparations on the table or a black agenda, you're not getting a black vote. So try to win this election without us. We are pissed off and we're tired and we're mad. Trump will get another year. Who cares if he gets another 4 years? He's not hurting us. We don't care. The Democrats, Republicans, we have gone through more with the Democratic Party than we have with anybody. So my thing is now the Republicans and the Democrats are part of the same bird, just different wings. It's the same thing. So we need our own political priority. And I think if we vote on the local units, local levels, we can make things happen on the local level. Get you a mayor in there that's going to back black folks. Get you a mayor or get you a district DA that's going to have some, a black agenda. Okay, like Kamala Harris didn't have a black agenda, but she wants your vote for presidency. I don't think so. She treated black folks like dirt when she was a prosecutor. And now you want our vote? No. And even with the Black Caucus, I think every last one of them need to be upseated. Every last one that's called themselves a Black Caucus, they don't have a black agenda. They don't even have black anything on their pages. They don't even talk black. They don't even have a black agenda. They have an immigrant agenda. Okay? They're talking about making all these laws for the immigrants. You can't call them illegal aliens. But then you can call us niggas all day long. Where is that law? That you're going to protect black folk? Black Caucus. Where's that law at? That you can't call black folk niggas. But we call them illegal aliens. We get fined, $250,000? But they call us niggas all day long with no problem. You can't even threaten it, calling ISIS on them. Else you get fined or you can get arrested. Are you serious? We are doing more protecting of illegal aliens than we are of black folk. I'm tired of it. All this racial discrimination in your face. And I'm sick of it. Now what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it, black folk? Black family, what are we going to do about this? I am sick and tired of it. And you guys better start doing something. Do something now to stop all of this nonsense. Bullies. How do we shut bullies down? How do we shut bullies down? You deal with them. You deal with them. You shut bullies down by dealing with them. How do you deal with them? You fight back.